deal, we're the real deal. Real deal Unmasked, we're the real deal. We're the real deal, we're the real deal. Real deal Unmasked, we're the real deal. We're the real deal, we're the real deal. Real deal Unmasked, we're the real deal. We're the real deal.
Hey guys, welcome to the Real Deal Unmasked. So relationships are difficult all by themselves, and when you're not together, it makes it even more difficult. So these are just some points that we gave to help you guys out. So we hope that we're able to help you.
Yes, these are really good points that helped James and I when he was off to college and miles away
In Los Angeles, California, over 26 years ago, when there was no internet and cell phones were just coming out. So there were only people that had cell phones were businessmen and extremely rich people. So cell phones were like thousands of dollars back then. So communicating was extremely difficult. So this brings us to our first point, and that is?
Our first point is communication.
Right.
Keep a consistent line of communication. That is so vital.
Right.
Do your best to speak as often as possible, whether that's via FaceTime, WhatsApp video, you name it, Messenger, but just keep doing it.
Right, because being in a relationship is a very difficult thing to begin with when you're together. So when you have that distance in there, then there's a greater chance of you growing apart.
Yes.
So having that consistent line of communication and a level of accountability amongst yourself is important. You need to set times when you guys are going to communicate, because if you're distant and you have jobs or you're in school, you have schedules, but you need to make sure to plan times so that you can make sure that you communicate as much as possible, that you're talking, that you continue to have your friendship, you build that relationship, that friendship, so that it can help strengthen your relationship, and it helps you move on when you're dealing with a long-term or long-distance relationship, rather.
Absolutely. I mean, just talk about anything, or even nothing. Just talk. You just want to basically hear each other's voice and just, hey, what's going on? So that's really important. That helped us a whole lot. So our second point is stay involved.
Right.
It is so important that we keep each other involved in each other's daily activities.
Yeah, so how could you be involved if you're distant? Simple. Technology has made things extremely easy, and it's made it easy for us to involve our significant other, our spouse, in our lives as we do things. So if you're going out, you're going to functions, you're going to parties, what's wrong with you FaceTiming and just, taking your phone and introducing your spouse or your significant other to individuals, or showing them where you are? Okay, I'm out to coffee here by the bay, or listen, we're by the dock, by the cruise ships. Pull out your phone, FaceTime, and show them where you are. Show them the environment as you walk, and talk and get them involved in your life, so that it's as if they're there. So you're sharing experiences, you're sharing the moment as if that individual is there. When you go out to different places, that's a way of keeping yourselves accountable to each other as well, by introducing each other to whoever you're around or you're partying with. So it's important to, just continue to keep yourselves involved in each other's lives, even though you're apart. There's no excuse. You have so many lines of involving one another with social media and WhatsApp, FaceTime, and these are free apps that you can use to involve your spouse.
Absolutely. And we're not talking about keeping involved by you posting something on Instagram or Facebook and your significant other see that you're to a party.
Right.
We're talking about including them where you're the one who are bringing them up, up to date with what's going on, keeping them in the loop of things, not posting where I'm leaving or where I'm going, or looking at pictures that happened the night before. It is important to keep involved, right? So our third point is make the time, guys. Make the time.
Regardless of what your schedule looks like, it's important that you make the time. Blot that time out for one another. Make sure that you get each other involved. If you're at school or you have work, make the time. Set it up where you set that time apart. Make sure that you make that person understand that they're the most important person in your life. So regardless of what all you have to do, regardless of what all it is that you have going on, set that time, block that time out. Nobody else is more important than your spouse. So you have to make sure that they are comfortable and that they know that they are the one.
So when we talk about make the time, we're not just talking about making the time to talk. We're talking about making the time to go and visit each other. Whether you fly to them or they fly to you, it doesn't make a difference.
You drive, however it is that you're able to do that transit or,
It's just very important. It doesn't make a difference who does what, but you need to do it. There's no way in the world that you should be in a relationship for months or years and you don't get the opportunity to see each other. So
Right.
you got to make the time.
Right. And our last point is,
Determine your goal.
wow,
Yeah, determine your goal. What's the long-term goal in your relationship? Is there a plan to work to get together in the not so distant future? These are some of the questions you need to ask yourself.
right,
Who's going to move to be with who?
right,
Is there no real push for either of you? You're just gonna make the decision.
wow,
And then or if neither here or there, you need to take a closer look at your relationship.
right, because you need to look at the goal of this relationship. You guys just together because it's convenient.
Yeah.
You guys just together because it's a good conversation, or do you feel as if this conversation is going somewhere? Set some goals for this relationship. Once you set those goals, it's important that you look at attaining those somewhere. If we're gonna eventually look to get married, or we're girlfriend and boyfriend, where's this relationship heading? So these are some of the points that we've put together to help you.
So these are just 4 points that helped us, and we want to be able to help you. And there's no certain order that we spoke on it. It's
Right.
just basically making the point of making sure that you're doing these points.
Right, so you just check back your list to see if you're doing some of these things, or if you've taken these things into consideration, and it can help, because relationships are very difficult all by themselves. When you're not exactly together, it further complicates things.
Yes. So thank you so much for watching our channel.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And hit the notification bell
Any questions or concerns, just reach out to us.
at therealdealunmasked@gmail.com.
You can reach us on Facebook or Instagram at The Real Deal Unmasked.
Thank you.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Good conversation, because there's no one else and I'm so busy. Points. If you have any other questions or concerns that you want us to assist you with,
That is the cruise ship leaving the dock. So as you can see, we're on the outdoor.
don't waste it.
So yeah, so like you just definitely
1 minute to go, sweetie.
Fine.
Once you help you build that relationship and that foundation, oh man.